All right, well, as we've mentioned here in Ohio, there are a handful of big issues on the ballot. It is Election Day, so this afternoon we have Sam Nelson, an associate professor of political science, joining us to break down these two things. So let's first, Sam, start with issue one. Is this precedent, are we setting a precedent with the vote on abortion if we either vote yes or no?
So if we vote yes, we're not exactly setting a precedent because 6 other states in the last year have passed referenda or constitutional amendments to protect abortion rights. Certainly if the state votes no on this, that would be a bit of a precedent because that would break kind of a long string of victories for abortion rights supporters.
Okay, and then in Ohio, do you expect us to be a leader in this, or do you expect our state to maybe be different?
So, politics in the state, abortion's been a winning issue, the pro-life side, for Republican elected officials, but voters in the state actually support abortion rights pretty consistently in polling going well back before Roe was overturned. So I don't think if issue 1 passes, we should be surprised by that, even though Republicans have a strong advantage in the state.
Moving to issue 2, how has the legalization of marijuana, because that's what issue 2 is, how has that impacted states for here in Ohio?
So a lot of states are out ahead of Ohio on this issue. That gives Ohio an advantage because it can learn from what has worked and hasn't worked in other states. This is also a statutory initiative, which means the legislature can modify what passes if it passes today. Maybe if they think it's not working right, something like that. It's still open to revision.
For Northwest Ohio, we're able to go over the state line into Michigan and get it if we want it. So does that have an impact much in Northwest Ohio, whether if it passes or doesn't pass?
Probably not in practical terms, although you would expect some new small businesses to open in Northwest Ohio, and that would affect people who can start those businesses or shop there. Takes a little bit of money out of the pockets of Michigan businesses, so it'll have some effects there, but it won't be a dramatic effect the way it might be for somebody who's in the middle of Ohio and has a long drive to get up into Michigan.
If it passes, do you expect Ohio to maybe look to the other states like California, Nevada, places that already have marijuana recreationalized?
I think so. I mean, why not learn from their experience? Why not take whatever data they've already developed, see what problems maybe have emerged, and work from that?
Why is this election so important for Ohio? These are two very hot topic issues. You've got a lot of people on both sides debating this. So why is it so important?
Well, certainly abortion is one of the biggest issues in American politics, and it has been for a long time. And since the Dobbs decision overturned Roe v. Wade just a little over a year ago, it's gotten just an enormous amount of attention. It's also teeing up to be a huge issue in the next presidential election, the Senate election that's going to happen in Ohio, House elections, things like that.
Does that change the landscape of Ohio as a whole? If say we vote yes on both of these, a lot of people think they're more of a liberal type vote. Does that change our state where normally we're a red state?
I don't think so, because I think people's party identification, the party that they normally vote for, is not based so much just on a set of issues. This is just 1 or 2 issues out of a whole constellation of things that make up somebody's party identity. Republicans who vote for issue 1, they're still going to be Republicans after that vote, and they're still going to vote for Republican candidates. Democratic candidates, the same thing. So I don't think it really changes the landscape a whole lot, but this is one of those instances where voters really get to have the last word rather than elected officials.
All right, Sam, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.